Well, I hope you like my Knickerbocker glory there on the right hand side, because it is Knickerbocker Reverse number 139. Let's take a quick look at the route. A couple of things here. We're going up Harlem Hill to start with, and then after that we are doing the KQOM Reverse I should say, on a 22.5 kilometer course. So here is the DS notes. As always, best way to grab these is to download them from the Coffee Club. Link in the top right. Apologies for last week where I posted but forgot to actually attach the file to it, so that was pretty stupid. There we go. You can see the big defining feature is the KQOM hill from the ground up, but you can also see there's lots of yellow in all kinds of places. In terms of the bike, you really want to be looking at something balanced, even erring on the side of lightweight if you can. I think a Tron wins the day for pretty much everybody if you have it. Let's just jump into the ride and take a look. I will speed up the ride as we go, particularly on that hill. It's a 2 kilometer hill, so nobody wants to sit there and watch me struggling through it, so we go at a pretty fast pace when we get to that part. Alright, so out of the pens, it's a downhill start, so you don't have long to group together because you'll be moving pretty fast, but it does then go from downhill to uphill pretty quickly on this short little rise up, and by the time you hit this bend you should probably be all grouped up. It's a 22.5 kilometer route with 364 meters of climbing, and not all that 364 is in the KQOM climb either, so you've got to be prepared for lots of up and down on this course. As we go around this bend you'll see first of those ups. So there was a roll-in false flat there to 1.4 kilometer. As we hit 1.4 kilometer, we're now starting to rise up. It's 900 meters. It averages just 2%, but it ramps like a lot of the climbs that we see here today, and it peaks at 9, even 10%, I think. Yeah, it does. It peaks at 10%. And while we're going up here, I'm not going to give you a long list of names, mainly because my December names is short so far. But what can you do to help the channel? Well, first off, tell all your friends, everyone you ride with, to watch this video. Download those DS notes and share the video. Those are the 3 things that you can do to help me out. Oh, and of course, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Here we go with the steep bit. You can see it does get to actually 11% popped up there for a second. I'll probably go back and change that comment actually. Alright, so we're going down what is called the 3 Sisters when you go in the other way, so it's 3 Sisters downwards now. And actually we go past the 3 Sisters and then we go down towards Harlem Hill as well. Oh, we're not on the 3 Sisters yet, we're still on our 900 meter climb. Right, now we're on the 3 Sisters and we're heading downwards. It's 2.6 kilometers altogether. It undulates downwards in 4 specific bumps. And then when we get to the bottom of the last of those 4, we will be at 5 kilometers and starting the Harlem Hill climb. You do have to stay alert as you're going down these 3, because you can see the gradient is fluctuating. It's -3, 4 now. We're going to bump up a little bit and then down. And so you just have to be alert as the whole set of you try and stay together. And now we've got a rise up. And then when we take this upcoming left-hand turn, it's back down again. Now, if you pick up speed quickly enough, you might be able to super tuck going down here. But if you can, it'll only be for a few seconds. And I wouldn't set your heart on it. Alright, a little bit of flat now. As we round the bend, we're at about 5 kilometers. and we're going to start the rise up to Harlem Hill. Alright, Harlem Hill itself, 600 meters. It averages 5%, but it peaks at 10. And again, like we saw earlier on, a lot of these climbs are kind of spiky. This is just a prelude of what's to come, so please don't fragment on this hill, because if you fragment here, it's going to be a real mess later on when we hit that KQOM climb. Alright, there's the top Harlem Hill, and it's a slight downward, and then we take the Three Sisters going back the other direction. So it's 3 fairly specific steps as we bump up, and you do get a chance, short chance, to regroup after each one. First one is 500 meters at 3%. Go, short break. Back up again, 200 meters at 3% for this one. Another short break. And here we go, the last of the 300 meters at 2%. When we get to the top here, we will be at 7.9 kilometers or thereabouts. Pick up some speed as we're going down here. Remember that it does undulate downwards, so you do have to keep your wits about you. And pretty much that sums up this entire ride today. You're just going to have to keep your wits about you. Coming up to Strawberry Fields, which is not the Strawberry Fields that the Beatles sing about. That's in Liverpool. We are in New York. So 10.7 kilometers or thereabouts is the start of the KQOM climb. Not the marker, that's a little ways down the line, but the start of the climb itself is at 10.7, and prepare yourselves for a pretty steep 2 kilometer ramp up. See the start of the climb now on the mini-map. It's that right turn ahead. We're going to take that turn, slide downhill, and then onto the climb. So as I said, it is a 2 kilometer climb from the bottom of the hill all the way to the top. It averages 5.5%, but there are significant bumps to 10% as we go up there. Everybody is going to have to stay very controlled and stay together. There's still a long way to go after we finish this climb, so if you can keep as many of you together as you can, that is all the better. If you can wonder how I'm going up here quite so fast, it's because we're actually moving at 4 times the speed I was pedaling at. You've got to stay steady on this climb. Don't allow too many splits to happen because there is a short regroup ability at the top, or spot at the top, but then you want to be going down the hill as a pack. So do whatever you can to stay steady and stay together. If you have to make clever decisions about dropping a rider, then you should make that clever decision, but don't dilly-dally around. Last ramp up. Oh, that hit 15%. Alright, so we're getting to the draftable point now, so you should really be thinking about regrouping before you take the downhill, because there's plenty of super tuck opportunity and you want to do that as a group. Not yet though. You've got to power through this little gentle descent and flat, but really ramp the speed up now and you can be super tucking. But you do have to watch for the little areas of flat like that one and power through those so you're staying above super tuck speed as you get up here, and then we're heading back to the ground. Alright, so it's 1.2 kilometers rolling to the 16 kilometer mark. We're at 15 now. We're going to head through this sprint banner. Of course, we won't pick up any power-ups. So this hill now you will remember because it's the one that we climbed first off. We're at 16 kilometers into the ride. You can still see that there's still a fair old track to go from this point, so if you've lost a bunch of riders on the KQOM, then you're in for a world of hurt. There's that big ramp, 10%. Now down the other side. Make sure you're staying together. Last time we went down here, there were 4 distinct bumps down. There's still 4 distinct bumps down. But we're actually going the other way around the northern loop of Central Park. So this time we're going to go down Harlem Hill instead of up Harlem Hill. Alright, get ready for the last bump up of the 4. I say of the 4 because it's not the last bump up of the whole ride. This last one is 400 meters, averaging 5%, but as you can see it gets a little higher than that, but we're at the top now, so we can head downwards. You'll really struggle to super duck going down here, but it might be possible. There we are at 20 kilometers, only a couple more to go. Alright, this is a 500 meter rise, peaking at 10%. I really find this one a struggle every time I'm in New York. I just don't like this particular hill for some reason. Alright, little bit of recovery here. Final push up coming in a second. Here we go. This is 600 meters averaging 2%. It's not too bad, it's fairly steady as it goes up. Well, apart from that 7% there. Alright, just 1 kilometer left, and it's pretty much all downhill from here. Passing the pins, there's the gate, and you're done. Alright, so I will leave you as always with the DS notes and the bike choices, but by all means follow the link and download both of those files, and between now and the ride on everybody.